Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Like Matcha Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great. Happy Wednesday. Missed you guys for the past couple of days, but I am here today. Had to take some time to just kind of regroup and process some things. My aunt passed away on Monday, and I got the call right after my live. So yeah, that was kind of rough to deal with, but I'm here and I'm functioning. So, as you guys start coming in, welcome to the channel. I hope you like what you see here. Decide to stick around, hit that like button, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, Lovey, got my Soli here, the Phoenix Priestess. Check her out, guys. That is my road dog, my homie. Check her out, guys. Amazing reader and amazing person. And for those of you who have been rocking with your girl already, like my girl Allie, thank you for the continued support and for always showing up and showing out for your girl. Greatly appreciate it. So with all that said, we are going to get started. I don't know how I just took a shower and I'm hot already. I don't understand. Every time I go live. But anywho. Alright, so this is going to be a very general message. I have no idea where it's going to go. I just felt drawn to some decks and we're just going to see where Spirit takes us. Actually when I was taking my little nap, for some reason, like while I was taking my nap, I kept seeing these. Hey Bookie, what's up, my love? Check my girl out over here, Bookie. She Radio. Her other channel is Intuitive Interactions. Check her out. Another part of my soul tribe right there. You'll not be disappointed when you check my peoples out. Just saying. All right. So like I said, I when I was taking my nap, I saw this while I was sleeping. So I was like, wonder what Spirit has to say about that. So we're gonna get started. Like I said, this is a collective message, guys, so just take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. But yeah, let's see what Spirit has to say. So just a tiny bit. Alright, Spirit, only that positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Clearest and most accurate messages, please, and thank you. Ooh, okay. So I'm getting the Midas touch kind of energy. We have Midas or Miss He says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. The shadow attribute, hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. And here we also have the scribe. So some of you guys might like writing. It says preserving knowledge and information. And we also have for the shadow, it says altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So I'm getting like everything you touch turns to gold. You guys might really have like a special gift when it comes to writing and your words, communication, getting something like that. Alright, so let's get like 3 to 4 cards from him. I'm thinking like 3. I feel the power of 3 right now. Spirit's the most accurate messages, please, Spirit. Wrench. We have gossip here. People yapping, bumping their gums, I guess. It says light attributes. Awakens consideration for feelings of others, honoring trust. So some people, you know, will resonate with the idea that they don't, like this could be you guys, like you guys don't like yielding to the negative side of gossip. Like when you hear it, you're like, I'm not partaking in that. And when people do happen to entrust you with their information, you don't go sharing it with other people. We do have, however, the shadow attribute. It says thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. No, thank you. So there could be somebody who was in your life who betrayed your trust. We do have femme fatale here. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your part with your dependency, sorry, when your dependency is rejected. And we have for the shadow says, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money or power. So that there could be people who have gossiped maybe about like, how, I wonder how did they get there? You know, how did they, you know, level up? Were they sleeping around to get to the top? Like I did hear something like that. You know, it's funny. Like while I was dreaming, I was getting an energy of like something about gossip. That card didn't show up in like my dream or anything, but I was feeling like this energy of people like kind of talking, trying to figure out how you did something. You know, people who you thought were in your corner and they might have not really been there. Something like that. All right. That's interesting. I mean, there's no cards actually pulled yet, but the fact that that's showing up, very interesting. So they're trying to figure out how have you been doing the things that you do, and you're doing it so well. I just heard doing it and doing it and doing it well. All right. Let's get like 3 cards, Spirit. Yeah. Liberator. It says freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, shadow attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those who claim to liberate. Or sorry, claim to liberate. I don't know why I can't get words out tonight. Well, I know why, but I'll get through it. Ignoring legitimate constraints. So I heard the word sovereign. You guys are very sovereign individuals. And you guys are, you know, you're free. You're free as a bird. You're able to just kind of roam and do your own thing. I'm getting free spirit kind of thing. I heard the word gypsy. Maybe a little bit of a gypsy. Just kind of, or a nomad. You might kind of pick up and go a lot. I just picked up on that too. Like when something doesn't serve you, you're out. Whether it's a job or a location, relationship, you'd be like, nah, I ain't staying here. Fuck, I look like. I'm getting that. Hey, it is what it is. I like your name. This is just a collective right now. But if you really want a private reading, you can actually look in the description box, and it does have my email if you want to set something up. Anybody who comes from YouTube or any of my other social media platforms gets 20% off of a reading, and my reading's already very reasonably priced to begin with. So if you really want to set something up, you're more than welcome. Now this is interesting. I don't think I've seen this happen with this deck before. On the bottom of the deck we have the blank cards. There's only, I think, like 3 blank cards in the whole deck. So the fact that the 2 out of the 3 showed up like that, that's very interesting. So this could be kind of even being able to call on your own, or like not call on, but review your own shadow attributes and things like that, and certain parts of your archetype that, you know, need some reevaluating. You know, I'm getting something like that. Hey Zofia, how are you? Hey Monique. Let's see. Middle of the deck we have child, nature. Yeah, I mean, when you think about like cycles like free, right? And I said jokingly like free as a bird. you know, we have child, nature. It says friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. And then the shadow is tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Obviously that's not you guys. But like, you know, you might have ever since you were little, you just loved being like out in nature and, you know, always communicated well with animals. And it's funny because we just talked about something similar on, I think it was Monday, when I channeled the movie Hoppers. I kind of went into the description of what that movie's about. I was like, Disney should pay me. but yeah, there could be something about like nature and stuff, and maybe you're very grounded. Hey, blessings, what's up, love? Let's see. Let's keep going, my lovies. Let's keep going. They are really putting a lot of emphasis on being able to, you know, I think you guys have a lot more power than you think. And sometimes, you know, your own intuition and stuff can be something that can help liberate you, right? We also have vampire here on the bottom. Oh boy, energy and energy vampire vibes maybe. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So you, again, you're intuitive, as I say intuitive, then what's here? You intuitively know that this is what tends to happen. The shadow is depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, or codependency. Very interesting. So maybe they're calling on you guys, especially with how the blank cards keep coming out. Maybe using your intuition to be able to not only look at your own character traits and things like that, and things that you can be focusing on, and doing that deep, rooted work. However, being able to have the cognition to recognize and be cognizant of those who, zap your energy too. Hope that made sense. Look, see? You can't make this up. That's on the top. Yeah, detective. Somebody might like Pink Panther. I also got Inspector Gadget. Somebody's definitely like Gen Z, or what? No, not Gen Z. Gen X, right? It's Gen X. And a millennial. I'm picking up on that. We have, it says, great powers of observation and intuition. Look at that. Desire to seek out the truth. Shadow attribute, voyeurism, falsifying information. So maybe people try to falsify information about you when they're, bumping their gums and talking shit. And this is somebody who took things from you. Whether it was your energy or whatever, they might have literally took things from you, like stole from you type thing. But I'm getting more like they just siphoned off of your energy. And we've been seeing that energy recently in these readings. So, of course, take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. All right, let's get one or two more from here. I know I said 3 initially, but I think I'll go with 2 more. Not half the deck, Spirit. Look. We're split. Ooh, they are funny. All right. They're really playing with us tonight. All right. Oh my goodness. What the hell? I've never seen this happen before. Shapeshifter on the bottom. Alright. It says skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness. Interesting. Ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow attribute, projecting an image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Interesting. And maybe that's why it's like this too. It's like you're able to, I heard the word adaptability. You're able to adapt. Just making sure, I think Spirit's saying, like, I think they're trying to get at the idea, just make sure however you do it, you're doing it in a way that is also, what's the word I'm looking for? I heard the word diplomatic, but it's not the word that I'm looking for. I also heard honest, but that's not the word I'm looking for either. But we'll go with those kind of words for now. I think you guys kind of get the gist of it at least. No, it's itching. They're like, no, there's more, and I can't get the word out. And I'm too tired and zapped right now to try to figure it out. If it comes out, it comes out. We have Destroyer, but it came out in the reverse. Interesting. There could be an energy that comes in destroying things around you. That shapeshifter energy. So again, being adaptable is not a bad thing in and of itself, but there are people who come in with that energy and they do it in a way that is meant to destroy. It says releasing, this is the light attribute, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. Remember, this came out in the reverse. The shadow is intoxication with destructive behavior, destroying others' dreams and potential. Very interesting. So I heard swindled. There could be energies that have come into your life that have come in and like swindled you out of your energy, energy vampire type of stuff. Engineered, maybe stealing your ideas. exorcist was on the, underneath that card. Let's see. It says ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas, shadow attribute, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Interesting. Alright. So I definitely am getting something about maybe stealing ideas. I heard the word ingenuity. Alright, let's get one more from here. Thank you, Spirit. Another one of those child cards. I like the child cards because it really like gives a peek at who you've been since you were young. Like who you are is who you are. And these are traits that have been, you know, continuously with you. It says child magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. I love that. And it's a little cute little fairy on the card too. The belief that everything is possible. You know what's crazy? I'm watching one of those like little, you know, lo-fi video things in the background. And on the thing it says, what if all works out? And then the other one says, yes, girl, you can. And then there's a manifest one, becoming her, and then there's something else. And, what's that say? In the something. I can't see that because I'm blind. But, you know, maybe you're starting to, you know, have like this more like innocence about you, like this childlike, you know, essence when it comes to, you know, what you believe you're able to do at this time. The shadow attribute, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that that energy and action are not required for growth. Interesting. A lot going on in this reading. But I'm definitely getting this sense of adaptability, right? Being able to look deeper into yourself and understand yourself a little bit more. I heard the word mechanics about like how you operate, how you work, and you know, being able to be adaptable while you work on, you know, changing certain things and other things, you know, remaining the same, and being able to strengthen certain gifts that you have. You're free to do that. You're free to, you know, move about in that way. And also just being able to hone in on some of your gifts and talents, especially when it comes to maybe, you know, how you speak, writing, communication, things like that. And here we go again with these like attribute cards, or these blank cards. Yeah, see, we had thief energy. So we had vampire, now we have thief. Yeah, I don't think we would need to really look into that. We can understand what this means. It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, trickster. It's like you're alchemizing and someone's trying to take from you. Someone's a trickster. So underneath the trickster card is the alchemist. We already got this energy of someone maybe trying to siphon off of your energy and steal maybe some ideas and stuff too. Yapping their gums, trying to gossip. Ain't gonna work. They're not gonna be able to change nobody's mind about who you are, because you know the proof is in the pudding, baby. All right, we're about to read now from the Shaman's Dream deck, and we have, when I split the deck, Spirit of the River. It says movement toward adventure. So you're moving on into a different direction of your life, right? You're doing something, you know, maybe that's, you know, something that might be a little bit uncomfortable or just, you know, different than what you've done before. But, you know, this is something that's looking pretty positive. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm probably going to call this reading pretty quick because I'm exhausted. I thought that I had the energy to do this, and I really don't. But I want to try to get as many of these messages out as I can before I leave. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't. Alright, so we have Horseman, Herald of Change. Yeah, so change is hard, but it's possible. You know, especially if you're able to adapt. We have lost compass, getting back to integrity. Yeah, that's a way of finding a sense of direction when it comes to these changes that you're welcoming into your life. I feel. Yeah, I talked about adaptability a little while ago. Woodwives, adaptability is here. Adaptability when it comes to these changes that are happening. Um, that number is 64 adds up to 10. So there are these endings, right, that are bringing on new beginnings and being able to adapt to the changes that come along with that. All right, let's get like 3 from here, Spirit. Let's get like 3. Here are some most accurate messages, please, Spirit. Thank you. All right. Horned cactus. It says resourcefulness. I'm also looking at this number. Yeah, it's up to 11. We had that 10 energy, now we have 11. So those new beginnings that come in after the endings is what I'm getting. And being prepared for this, right? And that's why adaptability is going to be very important, because it is a process, right? It's something that, you know, you don't really necessarily always know what you're going to do or how you're going to do it. Give yourself grace. We have benefactor here, grace and generosity. Give yourself grace during this process. Don't be too hard on yourself when you're approaching something that's new and different. Even free up your mind space when it comes to, you know, the confusion or the anxieties that you might be feeling and dealing with. Negative thought processes, things like that. Alright, so a couple more from here. I'm tired, guys. Oh my god. Alright. Perfect storm. The courage to step into life. Yeah. And there's a crow here, which gives that death and rebirth vibes, right? Doing something very, very different. Very, very new. Very different and very new. Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. Lord knows I need that right now. I am not where I thought I was for this. I'm sorry if I keep on saying that. It's because I said it earlier in the reading, but I know some of you guys weren't here yet. Like my grandmother, not my grandmother, but my aunt passed away on Monday. Right, like I got the news right after I finished the reading that I did on Monday. So I had to take a little break. But now I'm like, oof, maybe I stepped back into this a little too soon. But I'm trying to get through it. Alright, so pardon me if my energy seems like very like monotone and I'm not like my typical chipper self, because I'm not really like, I'm here, but like I feel like Eeyore. Like I'm here, but I'm not really here. Like I'm still gonna deliver this message. You're still gonna get the message that you need to receive, but my delivery style might just be a little bit, so I apologize for that. If you don't want to stay, I understand. But yes, we do have Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. So it's definitely important to make sure that you're taking care of your physical vessel is what I'm getting. We have Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation is here. So yeah, getting out of that space that you were in. And again, that can be uncomfortable, right? Trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I do it? Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Well, part of it could be about practicing forgiveness. Maybe you're holding on to something that needs to be released when it comes to maybe some resentments or something like that, or anger about certain people, because we did see this energy of people who, maybe, bumping their gums, gossiping, and doing all kind of bullshit. We did see that energy, right? So maybe trying to learn how to, let that energy go. Getting something like that. Thanks, Monique. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. All right, let's get one more from here, Spirit. Dream Thief. Refusal of the call. Interesting. number 13 on there. Death card vibes. Also getting like ego death too. Show you guys the card. So I'm getting a couple of messages on that one, to be honest. One part of the message that I'm receiving is, oh, the number 4 might be significant for somebody as well. One, you guys are not, it literally says refusal of the call. Like, there could be something that you're being called to do and you've been kind of, you know, you're being nudged by, you know, spirit, the universe, whatever you believe in, God. And you just keep on, or intuitively you just know, and you're just not doing it, and you're like, bruh, as my son was saying, bruh, you're not doing it, and they're like, you need to do this, but you're not doing it. You know, you're free to do what you want. You know, Spirit said that already, right? You're free to move the way that you want, but we're trying to help you along the path, and you're not listening. Is what I'm kind of getting. That's one part I'm getting, and I'm also getting, especially with the thief part. There could have been somebody who was, you know, kind of zapping from you that kind of put you in, I don't want to use the word put you there, but might have contributed, that's a better way to word it, contributed to you not, you know, being fully immersed in, you know, what it is that you're meant to do. Maybe they put a little bit of seed of doubt in you or something like that, you know, played with your head a little bit to, you know, make you feel crappy about yourself, or, you know, stole your ideas, things like that. Which made it harder for you to kind of step into the role in which that you're supposed to step into, whatever that is. So it's going to be different for everybody. But yeah, you have many masks here, the authentic self. But this is a time for you to step into your most authentic and truest form of yourself at this time. And that only happens when you answer this call from the Most High. Cosmic womb is here, the divine feminine. So I'm also getting a sense of creation with that. You're able to create, but you have to allow yourself to do it. And we talked about creativity earlier, right? Yeah, here we go with needing direction, or talking about direction again. Lost in space, needing direction. I just said something like that. Just feeling a little bit, you know, lost in the sauce a bit. Alright, let's get one more from here, Spirit. Just one more. Alright, the farther gate. Bold step forward. It's kind of, and number 10 is on here with this 55. It is giving me this energy of like, kind of like the Fool, if we were reading from the tarot. Taking that step, that leap of faith into the unknown, right? And that's why I was saying, like, this might be uncomfortable. This is not something that, you know, is for the faint of heart. You have mindful, group think. Maybe this is a time to be around people who, you know, are able to kind of help you step into this new part of the journey. Relying on people who have also endured or experienced very similar things, or just have a very similar mindset / goal that you also have. Again, being mindful of, you know, intentions of others, of course, right? Because it's all about intention. Eye of the needle, intentionality here. Right, intentionality. So what are your intentions? What are the intentions of others? Making sure that you're equally yoked, so that way you're not, you know, just, you know, relying on people to help get you through, you know, certain parts of your journey, and then you put all that faith and trust into somebody just for me shit on you. No fun, right? We talked about that energy vampire earlier, right? We talked about people stealing ideas. So just being very, very cautious of that. We have sky dancers here, surrender. Right, surrendering control, and it's, you know, it's definitely giving this energy of just kind of releasing. It's giving me like hand can energy. We've been getting like temperance vibes for some reason, but like just being able to, you know, be cognizant enough of the things that, you know, you want to hold on tightly to, and things that need to be let go of, because, you know, again, not everybody has the best your best interests, right, or the best intentions. So just being cautious of that, right? You might wear your heart on your sleeve and really care about people, but it might be a time where you're being called to, take a little bit of a step back and be just cautious, right? As you're manifesting, right? The magician, you're able to alchemize big time. All right, let's do a quick little, I'm thinking I can do hard things. I can do hard things. I'm going to do a 5-card spread. I'm going to try to keep my reading like how I normally do it. Because, like, sorry. I got this. I got this. I got this. I split the deck. The strength card. Yeah, I got this. I'm with my soul tribe. I'm with my peoples. I can get through this. I could cry later if I need to. But right now we're going to get through this reading. I got it. I can do it. Alright, so yeah, I gotta move on. I gotta do things, man. Some of y'all might feel like that too. Laugh now, cry later type shit. It's like tomorrow I gotta go back to work. I took 2 days off already. I can't take any more time off. So, especially not in a row. Got that fool energy that I was picking up on. Maybe you guys are also in the process of mourning something, mourning a loss. It might not be like a actual like death, but it could just be like an ending. Even when it's like something that's not positive, sometimes like, mourning comes in so many different ways, and it comes about for so many different reasons. Mourning isn't just, oh, someone died. Mourning is, it could be about losing or releasing parts of yourself, right? Like, oh, I'm working on this, but that means I have to shed this. I'm never going to be that same person again, and I might be mourning that loss, but you're also probably gaining something in the same process, right? So, take the message as it resonates. Spirit told me to say that. But yes, mourning does come in different forms. It could be letting go of, people or situations that, were a part of your life for a long time, and you really, thought that these were people or situations that were meant to stick around, and now you're realizing you have to release it because it's just doing nothing but taking from you. Let me know if that resonates, if you feel comfortable. If not, understood too. We do have a Page of Swords here on the bottom of the deck after I shuffled. Top of the deck we have the Temperance, and I picked up on Temperance vibes a little while ago. I was like, I don't know why I'm picking up on Temperance, but I feel Temperance. Peace, harmony, and balance, right? And we have the Knight of Swords. So I am getting this energy of moving. I heard the word tact, like tactful. Be mindful is what I'm getting of how you operate, how you move. Be cautious, especially with like this Page of Swords on the bottom. Like, be cautious of how you move about certain situations and circumstances in your life when you seize new opportunities. Because the thing is, there are things coming towards you, but at the same time, they want you to be cautious of how you navigate. Because if you move too quick, too hastily, that can, that could be a little bit of a detriment. I'm getting something like that. So just being cautious, right? Being mindful. All right, so let's get we're gonna do a 5-card spread. So we're gonna keep it rolling, keep it rocking. Let's see, what is the overall energy, Spirit, for the collective based on what we're seeing so far? So we have Knight of Wands here. See, remember I said something about being mindful about hastiness. It literally says being hasty on there, right? So just being, cautious is what I'm getting. Yeah, when it comes to passionate new, beginnings. With the Ace of Wands, the Sun. But I am getting also this energy of going towards the things that you feel are going to, make you happy. A lot of fiery energy, too. I want to be in Leo season right now. I think we are. Yeah. going back and forth, right? Weighing the pros and cons with this Two of Pentacles. Being able to be cautious and mindful about how to proceed. But, you know, there is this energy of, you know, wanting to go towards things that you feel confident about and you feel like, "Ah, this is what I want to do." So go towards it with, you know, with the sense of being cognizant of, you know, how you operate, how things look. There's like something with the throat chakra too. Like I'm trying to get a burp out, it's like stuck right here and I can't get it out. I don't know if it's because somebody needs to, like, I did hear quit. Somebody might need to like quit a job or something, and this that hard conversation 35 when I said that. That could be it. Alright. Kinda got it out. It still feels a little stuck. But like, yeah, like it could be something like that. Like, you know, that hard conversation that needs to be had. That makes it a little bit more complicated because it's like you don't really know how this is gonna go. Incoming energy, judgment. Yeah, using your own judgment to, you know, how do we proceed, right? You're waking up. You're a lot wiser, right? So it's about taking, you know, your different experiences and things like that, and how do you apply it, right, to the circumstances that you are currently in, and how do you, you know, move on from where you're at. We do have the Queen of Pentacles here, which ooh, my ear popped when I said that. What the fuck was that? Oh, wait, boop, like that. Very uncomfortable. But yeah, could be something about money matters that is really important right now. Yeah, there could have been some disappointments regarding that. Definitely getting a job for a lot of you. It's not gonna be the same thing for everyone. Like maybe the strength to move forward is what I'm getting. The strength to move forward. We got more of that Leo energy that I was picking up on before, and fire energy. Hey, Soul Man, aka Demond, what's up, bro? How you doing? Thank you for popping in. Thank you for popping in, guys. Check out my boy over here, Soul of a Man. Check him out. He is a channeled messenger and an author and all kind of great other fucking things. It's so amazing the things that he's able to do. Check him out. He is so that is the real deal Holyfield right there. Check him out, guys. Check him out. You will not be disappointed at all. Definitely a part of the tribe. Love it. But yeah, definitely is this energy, right? There's this waking up of, you know, I know I don't want to be here anymore. What am I supposed to do? How do I operate here? Yeah. What's under, I just felt the need to look under that Queen of Pentacles. On the bottom of the deck, underneath that is the Eight of Cups, walking away. I'm definitely getting this is probably something about money, and aka, if I say and aka, you know, work related things. Interesting. All right. So what is the challenge? What's the challenge for the collective at this time? Interesting. The challenge, 10 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, I'm getting a couple of different messages there. Three of Pentacles on the bottom. King of Pentacles. Oh. King of Pentacles on the top. And Six of Cups. Okay. So I'm getting a few different messages here. One of the messages I'm getting is the challenge is... sorry, I'm sore. My back hurts. What ultimately you feel makes you happy, right? And going towards that is one of the things I'm getting. And it could be very difficult because when it comes to, especially career-wise, like we want something that's lucrative, but we also want something that's emotionally fulfilling. That's one of the things that I'm picking up on. Again, only take the messages messages if they resonate. But the other thing that I'm getting too is for someone, this is not going to resonate with everybody. For some, it could be there was a family dynamic involved. A family dynamic involved, and yeah, that's no, like I heard null and void, that's over. So for some it could be like a divorce, or like you lived with somebody, had kids, all this stuff, just for it to be done and over with, and you know you put a lot of your time and energy into it. This is something that's siphoned off of you, and now you're like, okay, I have to take that leap of faith and go into something, you know, unknown, different, uncomfortable. Yeah, but the past, you don't want that to be the thing that holds you back with this Six of Cups here. So the past could be the thing that's holding you back, whatever that might entail. So again, you know, take the messages as they resonate, but it could be a situation in which, like for work related stuff, you could have been really happy at a place for a long time and then started to realize, yeah, this is not what I thought it was. That kind of thing is what I'm picking up on. What is the that is the challenge. Sorry. How can the collective overcome this challenge? Okay. So you gotta, this is a time to just release anything that's causing you a sense of emotional, I heard the word turmoil, physical turmoil, anything that siphons off of you, anything that's taking from you. The devil is here. And it came out along with the Four of Swords. They came out together. So like what I'm getting is this energy of the way that you overcome this is by allowing yourself to release this, one, and two, giving yourself a moment to just release, debrief. We did a card about rest and relaxation kind of thing. I think it was rest and rejuvenation. I said on the card. You know, after this period of, you know, realizing, okay, I have to let this go. Even if you don't necessarily want to. And for some of you, it could be a relationship. The other thing I'm picking up on too, though, it could just be, you know, your belief systems and things like that, right? They could be shifting and changing. My ear popped when I said that. Yeah. Reevaluating all those things so that you can go towards what makes you happier. Sun is here again. Yeah. You go back and forth a little too much. Sit down and, you know, think about it. Like, what are the things that you're holding on to? Things or people that you're holding on to that have not been, you know, adding to your life. That's when you start to subtract. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, if it ain't adding up, you gotta subtract. That's what I just got. So can't be holding on to nonsense no more. That's what I'm picking up on. That's why that vampire card came up earlier. Siphoning, tired. Maybe that's why that could be a part of me. I mean, I'm tired for a whole different reason, but like I felt even more depleted just like a little while ago. I feel a little bit better now, but like I started feeling super depleted. I'm like, whoa. I know why I'm tired, but like like it was a lot. Like I'm actually shocked I'm getting through this reading. But I'm doing it. All right. Let's see. What is the what's going on behind the scenes that the collective doesn't know at this time? They're basically saying you're stronger than you think. You're stronger than you think. A lot of I keep getting like a lot of fire energy throughout this reading too, by the way. Especially Leo and Sag. But yeah, it's like the thing is, it's like you're stronger than you think. You've been through a lot. You're tired. It's like this uphill battle constantly, right? Or that's what it feels like. But they're letting you know, like, look, there is this energy of moving forward, right? They want you to adapt to the changes that are about to start happening. I just heard Mary J. Blige. What's this? How's it go? Can't you see the changes I've been going through? 'Cause I won't be with you. Now, granted, that song is about, the song's actually kind of thirsty, but I am hearing like the changes I've been going through. So it's like, I'm stupid. I said the song's a little bit thirsty. um, but yeah. Don't you wanna be with me? Fuck that. If a nigga don't wanna be with you, if they showing their ass, or if a bitch is showing her whole ass to kiss, and not in a fun way, for the guys, like, no, why you staying there? You know, once a person shows their true colors, you gotta go. Because I do love that song. But we all know that she has some very low vibrational fucking songs. But those songs are also like a part of a lot of people's healing journeys, right? Like when I was a kid, like I didn't, understand those songs like how I understand them now. But she was going through a lot in those relationships. And maybe some of you guys, feel very similar. Maybe at one point, because it's like very transitional. If you listen to that first album was the 411, and then My Life, both have a lot of songs about like heartbreak and pain and just wanting to be happy and all that stuff. But to see the transition of where she was to where she went later. And it's funny. See, Auntie Paulette, you're showing up in this reading already. Look at you. You just passed on. My Auntie Paulette, oh my God. My mom and all of them, when they would hang out on Friday nights, my goodness. I'm going to make it short and sweet because I'm going to start crying and shit. We're not going to do that tonight. But my Auntie Paulette and my mom and my other aunties and their girls, they used to hang out on Fridays, and then all of us would go to Auntie Paulette's house, and we were in the projects or whatever on the 8th floor in Pequanix. If you're from Bridgeport, and then we would always be hanging out, right? So we all my cousins and all of our friends and all that stuff, just chilling. There was like a porch on the 8th floor. We'd hang out there. We'd just be in the middle, what we call the middle court, like outside and stuff, just having a good time playing double dutch, whatever. Make sure you bring your black asses inside when those street lights come on. Bring your ass back upstairs. But point being, like, oh man, those used to be the days. And she used to have like a whole nice sound system. Like one thing with her, like her house was decked out. When you went over there, you did not feel like you were in the projects, okay? Like she had everything decked out. Everything, like nice furniture and all that. I remember back in the day when black folks, we know this. Back in the 90s, like everybody had like the Black Panther, like, the velvet freaking paintings and stuff like that. She had all that type of stuff in her house. And she did like the marbling on the walls and all that. If you know, you know. Yep. So like they used to play that fucking album out to like, they would get drunk and do whatever else they were doing. They were definitely smoking and stuff. And yep, they used to have a good ass time with their St. Ides and shit like that. And had their little joints and whatever. And they always played that damn My Life album. So like that album is like ingrained into my psyche, bro. Such a great album though. It's a really good one. But yeah, I love you, Auntie Paula. I miss you already. But yeah, so back to the reading. But yes, there is this energy though, like, of having to make choices. And here we go with more fire energy. This is all about action. They want you guys to take action towards, no more just being on the fence about things is what I'm getting. You've been on the fence for too long. That's what I'm getting. Hold on, what's that? Aw, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Yes, Monique, same. Because Lord knows I'm like belting my freaking heart out singing stuff. What was one of my songs I used to Mary's Joint off of that album. I know that you're just a man, but you're all the man I need. And you know, justice in the middle of the deck, that you care and believe in me. I love you so I can't let. Oh, I might have to listen to that and be crying and shit tonight. A little more crying won't hurt me, right? I'm in good spirits overall. Like I hung out with my mom for the past couple of days, so that's been nice, and it's definitely been helping. And it helps that she also had because she works nights, that she had the past couple of days off, so we've been able to just like hang out and stuff, and crack jokes and reminisce and stuff. She has a song called Reminisce too. I can't remember when we had it all. The Chariot. This is talking about the likely outcome right now, guys. You and I. You might feel a little bit conflicted with this Five of Wands here, going a little bit back and forth with the Two of Pentacles. All those cards came out together, by the way. So yeah, sometimes moving forward is a little bit hard, but it will bring a sense of wish fulfillment, right? So you gotta do what you gotta do, my loves. And it also offers a sense of stability for you overall down the line. I'm also relying on, people who truly are your friends, who truly have your best interest at heart. Relying on them at this time. Yeah. As you let the past go. Six of Cups. Yes, because the people from the past, that's not what you want. Yeah. No thank you. No thanks. Those are the people you gotta erase. Hangs me, I just saw. Damn, now that song's in my head. Shit. Hey, Hachi, what's up? How you doing, my love? How you doing? Welcome. All right, so we're gonna read from aside from this 2 other decks, but now we're getting ready to kind of settle in, or settle down, I should say, and start closing out things. So we're probably gonna get maybe 2 cards from here, 3 at the most, and then the other cards probably be like 2 cards as well. Keep it moving from there, so that way I don't hold you guys too much longer, because we're already almost an hour in, and I know that you guys got other things to do on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock in the evening, depending on where you live. All right, so when I split the deck, we have Love Bomb and Withdraw. It says, they overwhelm you with affection, then disappear without warning. This confusing cycle keeps repeating. Oof. And for those of you who resonate with this being about love, we mostly got like career and finance kind of stuff going on. We also got like energy of maybe like fake ass friends a little bit, right? But we did also pick up, for some of you, it could be a past person, a past romantic partner. And keep in mind, love bombing isn't just romantic. There could be people who just always have like offer a fake promise of some sort, and then you realize later that they wasn't about shit, and that you're in your level up season. Your mindset is changing. We talked about mindset earlier. New versions of you are emerging. You are ready for the next stage. I love that. I love that a lot. Yes. Yep. Pulling back from the energy of people who, in situations that don't align with where you're headed, right? If they're sitting there suddenly with hope and a dream, gotta go. You can't stay in those situations no more. Text me back. Somebody might be trying to communicate with you, you've been ignoring them. Or vice versa. It says, you're waiting for a reply. The silence feels intentional. The lack of response becomes its own message. So maybe at one point you might have chased after something or someone for a little bit and started to see things for what it really is, or at least that's what I hope you've been up to. Block the noise. It's on the top. Too many options cloud your clarity. Silence helps you reconnect with yourself. Protect your inner voice. Throat chakra. We talked about that a little while ago. Walk away quietly. Wow. You don't need to argue your decision. Distance reveals the truth faster. Your silence is powerful. So sometimes, not saying anything is just as good. Especially when people start acting funny and stuff. Like, what do you need to stay in those situations for? They already showed who they are. No need to say. 54 when I looked up. No need to say. Alright, so let's do 2 from here. And we'll do 2 from the other 2 decks as well. Okay, close off this out. I know I need to eat something for dinner, but I don't want to eat. I haven't really been eating the past couple of days, but I do need to eat something. I know. My mom's like, you gotta eat, you gotta eat. I'm like, I know, Mom. I know. When I get like this, I don't want to eat. I just want to sleep. That's what I've been doing. Sleeping. Alright. You deserve better is here. You don't have to settle for crumbs. Your heart knows your value, yes. Step forward to what truly matches you. Exactly. Secure the bag. Yes, baby. And that's why I keep on feeling like this could be about like, career and finance kind of situation, needing to leave a job or something. Because, people will play in our face, and I feel like I'm about to do the same at both of my jobs, to be honest with you. I don't have any of my coworkers from the school here, so I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I'm about to revise my resume. I already started. So I'm gonna complete that very, very soon, and I might do some credentials or add some credentials or whatever to my resume during the break. I'm thinking about doing the RBT thing. Not really a fan of ABA, but I already have experience with working with kids with autism, going on 8 years worth of experience. I could make, decent money doing that. Secure the bag is here again. Yeah. So definitely given for some of you guys it's about money. Block the noises here again, right? I like this one. Remember I said something about being free. I said sovereignty earlier. You're liberated. It says take your power back. Someone drained your strength. You're reclaiming what's yours. Your confidence rises again. And I literally said, wow, that's bugging me out a little bit. I literally said that somebody might have kind of tugged away a little bit at your confidence about yourself to do something. They might have said your ideas were dumb, and I literally said that earlier. If you were here in the beginning of the reading, you heard me say that. Oh my god. What? Say no first. Here in the middle of the deck it says your peace matters more than their expectations. You don't need to over explain. Saying no protects your energy. Wow. One more. I do feel drawn to one more from here. I really like this deck. One more from here, Spirit. Stop lying to yourself. Denial blocks your path. Truth clears the fog. This moment demands honesty. Yep. It's time to be honest, right? Seeing things for what it really is. Like, you can't stay in situations that no longer serve. Definitely getting, wow, my whole nose started itching like crazy. Like, all of this right now. It's like, I'm going crazy. So it's like, it's giving this energy of, you guys have been realizing more and more, like, I can't do this. You're focusing on the things that have already happened. You're also, focusing on where you currently are and where you're trying to go. And you just know that this isn't it. I can't do it no more. There might not be a chance for reconciliation. You know what I mean? Middle of the deck. Yeah, creativity is here. Can't make it up. That was one of the first energies that showed up in the reading. And learning. You know, maybe one of the things that you're gonna do a little bit differently is you're gonna pick up a new talent or something, a new craft. I'm getting like continuing education courses and things like that, adding credentials. I literally just said I might do the RBT thing just because, like, it doesn't hurt. Like, I want to continue to work with kids maybe in the special education world. That doesn't hurt to have that on there. So somebody might be thinking about something like that, like what can I can I do to increase my chances of finding something. I'm definitely getting, I'm hearing resume and I heard draft. Somebody might need to draft up another resume, pick it up on that very, very, very heavy. And I'm getting different versions of your resume depending on, the types of jobs that you're looking into. So like, let's say if you have different types of skill sets and things like that and experiences that you have in the workplace or the workforce, being able to have different resumes that are, curated for those different types of fields. So if you have, say, administration under your belt, add that, and maybe revise a resume for that, draft something up. If you have customer service, draft that up too, so that you stand out a little bit more. And it's more like specifically, designed for whatever fields that you're about to try to apply for. That's what I'm picking up on. Seems very specific. Let me see something. I see you guys are communicating. Not sure what happened, but I hope that everything's okay. She seemed really cool. Because I know she's like a personal friend, right? Blessings. Alright, so let's get like 3 from here. I saw the financial stability card while I was shuffling. Alright. Empathy. Sometimes empathy will put you on your ass, though. Let me just say that. All right, so it says you deeply empathize in your relationships, understanding others' feelings which strengthens your bond and fosters harmony. But on the flip side of that, you may be overlooking others. No, that's not you guys. I'm not gonna read that. Like, you guys might be overly empathetic at times. No, you're fine. I just, was wondering. I hope that you guys are okay, though. That's the empath in me. Always grateful for that. Always grateful for that. Let's do like 2 from here. I'm feeling 2. No, I keep saying that. I keep feeling 2. I feel 3. And I end up always pulling like 1 extra card. But let's see. I actually really only feel 2 in this one. Leadership. Nice. Alright, so it says you're stepping into a leadership role, inspiring others and guiding your team towards success with confidence and clarity. But on the flip side of that, leadership challenges may be causing you to feel overwhelmed or uncertain about managing your team or projects effectively. I heard the word efficiency. There could be a higher up that makes it difficult. That could be one of the things that has been difficult at work. People higher up than you, is what I'm getting for some. Oh, you take the message of the resume, so of course. I gotta eat something. Fuck. Time is good. Ooh, I can make myself some ramen with a soft-boiled egg. meat in there. Ooh, that actually sounds really good. Because I didn't go to the grocery store, but I had ordered groceries earlier. That way I don't have to actually cook anything. I'm not in the mood to cook anything today. I did cook myself a good ass breakfast though. I made myself almost like a breakfast bowl kind of thing. I did grits, cheesy grits. That was good. That's what like one of the biggest meals I've had in the past couple of days. It was good. But that's all I had all day, and it was I did sausage, like chicken sausage with what was it, Gruyere cheese and roasted garlic. Delicious. With some spinach and eggs, scrambled eggs, and I put it on top, and then I did like sriracha. Ooh, it was good. But that was at like, what time was that this morning? Like 10, 11 o'clock. So now, you know, I'm like, okay, bitch, it's time to eat something else. Yeah, and then like yesterday all I had was like big soup. So yeah, I gotta eat something. All right, we have two cards that came out together. We have emotional repair. Okay, and it came out in the reverse technically, so maybe I should read that part first. Emotional wounds are still open, and past pain continues to influence the present. More time and effort are needed for true healing, and that goes back to these cards that came out together. Those came out together, remember earlier? I was like, there's definitely this energy of like needing to release and then heal after that. And the nice thing about it though is it presents new opportunities. This came out underneath. And they're speaking in the picture. New opportunities are coming your way, offering a chance of significant progress in your personal or professional life. He said, I'm making you hungry. My bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, I made myself hungry too. But yeah, I think I'm going to do some ramen. What I do now, though, I don't use like the whole packet. I like put like a protein in there. Like, well, egg is also a form of protein. Like I'll do like a soft boiled egg, and then I'll do like some veggies in there. So I might do like some spinach or some like green onions and stuff. And then I'll make my own like little broth kind of thing without using the packet, or use a little bit of the packet. And then now, boom, I have a whole full blown meal. Like I have learned how to, through TikTok and shit, how to turn my struggle meal into something that's actually, you know, substantial. We have independence here. Alright, so we're gonna now read from, ooh, what's on the top? Ooh, and ooh, see, I'm happy I looked. Competition is on the top. See, people, these motherfuckers, wait, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some pimping in it. Independence, yeah, as you're working on yourself, and look what's here, like in that picture, taking that leap of faith. So we have 3 cards that talked about that today. And then on the top we have competition, childish ass shit of these people who they just want to compete with you, and it's like, it could be a good thing and a bad thing. It depends on how people are moving. Like if they're trying to take from you though, your ideas and stuff, which is what we talked about earlier. See, there's a reason why Spirit told me to go back to this deck. Thank you, Spirit, for that, because I was about to be done with it, and then they were like, nope, there's something else. Didn't even think that. Yep. And for some of you, it could even be your own romantic partner, romance in the reverse. Like, it could be even your own partner who wants to compete with you. It's like, what's wrong with you? I've been in a relationship like that before, believe it or not. Niggas is weird, bro. Bitches too. Like, like you really want to compete with the person that you share a bed with? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you mad weird, bro. Because I'm doing better than you? He told me I made him feel emasculated because I got a raise and I got a promotion at my job. and you work at a fucking factory. And I'm not taking away from anybody who does that. That's not what I'm doing. This was him, his energy. I was like, I helped him get that job, mind you. So I'm just like, I helped him come up with a resume. He got a job at first attempt because he had like a record and stuff. And I'm just like, so you're upset because I have a career and you feel emasculated because I got a promotion at my job? You should be proud of me. You should be happy for me. But no, he wasn't. And that's why he's an ex now. But yeah. Yeah. I split the deck of the last deck here. Or that was weird to say it like that. I split the last deck that we're reading from. It says surrender to setting limits, boundaries. Right? It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Absolutely. Yep. And surrender to spirit as well. Yeah, and one thing I don't do is depend on a man. Nope. That gets you absolutely no fucking where. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. No, not in this day and age. Hell fucking no. When I have the option to have control and I have the operation to be, or the operation, the option to be liberated. My grandmother used to fucking fight for this shit. For women's rights and shit. She did all that shit back in the days. My grandmother had, if I were to show you guys her obituary, it's a resume. Okay? This this bitch. I say it with love, Nana. She fucking, because she must have wrote her stuff herself. She's like, I want everybody to know everything I did. She's like, I worked here, I did this, I got this degree, I got this certification here and there. Oh, I studied abroad over here too. Her resume, crazy. AKA her obituary, also fucking crazy. She wasn't playing. She got a whole day named after her here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Don't play with my Nana. Shit. The fuck I look like chasing after a man or relying on one? Hell fucking no. Never. Never. Fuck out of here. She had like 3-4 master's degrees, all kind of shit. I'm actually shocked she never went for a doctorate. And fucking, what year was that? In 2000, I think it was 2010. Because the stuff is readily available to look up. And like if you work for the state, I didn't know that. But if you were to look up my Nana's name and see how much she was making, at the time she was making over 100,000 a year. We're talking about almost 20 years ago. Closer to 15, but still, like she was making bank. Over 100,000 a year. Working for the state of Connecticut. For the colleges. She worked her ass off to get there. A black woman. Born in 1936. From Waterbury, Connecticut. She again, like you said it, trailblazer. She didn't play no games. She did not play games. And that's why she was so hard on like the students at the school, because like she wasn't playing. Like she worked at a, she was a drug and alcohol counselor, all that stuff. So like she did a little bit of everything, and she would help to redirect the students and put them on the right path when they were about to give up and quit. And when I went back to school and I met some of the students, like, bro, I had people crying when I was like talking about her. I'm like, oh yeah, I came back to school, like, had like they do like the icebreakers and stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, I came back to school because of my grandmother, and I say her name. They're like, Mary Edie's your grandmother? I'm like, yep, that's my grandmother. They're like, oh my god, they're crying, and I start crying. It was a mess. But and then I in my when I went back to school initially, we had to do a proposal. So it was like the proposal was to like do something to improve campus life or whatever. So my proposal was like a scholarship for students in my grandmother's name. And I had to do interviews and all of that, and it ended up it actually ended up happening, and they still do that scholarship fundraiser 2 times a year. Yep. So the point I'm making here is she was that woman, man. I love talking about her because, like, if it weren't for her, like, I don't know what the fuck I would be doing with my life. I would have still been in the hood, acting crazy. Y'all see, I'm a little bit gangster, but and my grandfather, he was something too in a good way. Like he was in the army. Yep. So I come from like a military background. My family. He was in the army, very very handsome, and like Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez, when they come together, oh my God, everybody knew them. They're like, oh my God, they're just the most beautiful couple. My mom even said that. She was like, yo, your grandparents though, back in the day, like everybody knew them on the north end of Bridgeport, like just in general. But like, and then my grandfather, you know, he would do like he was a performer, so like he played a couple of instruments and stuff, mostly guitar, and like he would perform at the Cape Verdean club here in Bridgeport, and like people knew him from there, and I'm just like, damn, I come from quite a background, so you know. I don't know where I was going with all this, but I guess, it's just about, recognizing who we are, maybe. I got really giddy about that. Like, yeah. Being able to, recognize, where we come from and celebrate those accomplishments and then just keep on building on it, right? Building legacy is what I'm getting. People will try to play in your face and, yeah, surrender to divine timing is here. People try to play in our faces and things like that. Yeah, you gotta recognize who you are. Recognize that. Recognize how awesome you are. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. Don't forget who we are and where we come from. Surrender your need to always be right. Yeah, it's not a competition, right? We don't have to compete with other people. We don't have to be rigid and whatnot. We could just, let go a little bit. Let go and let God. It's a natural thing to want to be heard and things like that. See? Surrender comparisons with others. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So what I'm getting, and maybe this is why they brought this up. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams, and I might go and pull from the ancestor deck too. I think I see it over there. I might pull from there too. We'll see. But my ear popped. I think they're saying yes. There's a message in that deck. Okay. I hear your words. Yeah, some of you guys might have Native American ancestry, indigenous blood. But nonetheless, I am just getting this energy of it's not a sprint, it's a race. Like, we don't have to constantly compare ourselves to other people, including even our, you see how I was just talking about my grandmother. I'll never be my Nana. Never. But I can take what beautiful things that she's brought to this world and what she's done and do something different with it. I work with kids with special needs now. She worked with adults with alcohol and substance abuse problems and mental health issues, and then she was a college counselor. Like, she did all these different things and then some. And she did research in like Sweden and stuff like that for mental health stuff and things like that. Studied abroad and did stuff out there. So she did a lot of stuff, really cool stuff. I'm like, why didn't she become an actual like PhD? That would have been pretty cool. I mean, hey, she did a lot. She was an MSW, but yeah, that would have actually been pretty cool. I think she really liked what she did though. Like she liked, I think maybe being at like that level, because once you go up, there's people working under you, and they're the ones who handle those things. I'm thinking something like that, knowing her. So she probably just like, I still want to keep on getting like degrees and shit, but I want to make sure I stay at a level where I'm able to really just work with people. Otherwise, everybody's gonna be doing my work for me. And she's like, no, absolutely not. We have surrender to inaction. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Your own power. I like that. Let others come to you. Interesting. Yeah, sometimes we don't have to go showing up and showing out. Opportunities will present themselves and they'll come through. And it happens in divine timing. Yeah, trust in the divine flow, right, of life. One more from your spirit. I'm happy I stayed on, because I did mention earlier, I was like, oof, I don't know if I'm be able to do it. But I did it without crying. Good job, Michelle. I was like, I don't know if I could do it. But I'm here. Mm. Surrender to wonder and awe. Like that. It's giving me like Superwoman vibes. Or not Superwoman, Wonder Woman. Opening to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And we did just talk about being in that flow-like state, okay? I think that's it from this deck. Bottom of the deck, surrender unhealthy relationships. Yep. Letting go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. That's right. Another energy that showed up throughout this reading as well. Surrender to your full power. Leo energy. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than just playing it small. You're meant to be seen. You're meant to be your fullest, truest self. We talked about wearing masks, right? Dumbing yourself down. No more of that. Surrender to prayer. It's another good one. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So whatever you believe in, right? Whether you believe in the universe, nature, we talked about nature earlier, you know, God, aka the Most High, whatever you believe in. You know, that's a very personal thing for each person. So one thing I won't do is ever shy you for what you believe in. Here, everyone's welcome. So whatever your thing is when it comes to that, being able to open up to that and recognize that there is something beyond you. We talked about this a lot lately. To be able to welcome in that sense of help, right, and support throughout, your process of growth, right? Yeah, something like that. I am going to attempt, because I feel like I see the deck. Let me just make sure. I'm gonna go get the ancestor deck real quick. So I'm going to turn off the camera so I can grab them, because y'all don't need to see my old fat ass belly. Sorry, guys. Took me longer to find it than expected. There was a different deck that has like similar colors that's wrapped up like this. I was like, fuck, where are they? But then I found them. Alright, so we are going to get quickly. Um, Sorry to make you guys wait like that. I apologize. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna read from the ancestor deck, and then I felt drawn to the messages of closure as well. At some point, very very soon, I'm gonna end up doing a actual reading from ancestors, but I just right now feel drawn to just getting a few messages, and then we're gonna keep it moving. All right. So when I split the deck, we have Winter. Take care of your needs, along with Trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. So making sure that you're taking care. This is what your ancestors are asking for of you, to take care of your physical vessel. And we did talk about this earlier. There was a card, more than one card, that talks about this energy of resting, right? Taking care of the physical body. They're calling on you to do that, and to be able to take that energy that you end up building and creating, to do something with it, using it in a creative way, like alchemizing is what I'm picking up on. I'm also getting with this high priestess energy here. Some of you guys might be very very intuitive. It says harness mystical power. I can dig that. I wouldn't be shocked if the medicine doctor or was it medicine guardian card were to show up in here. Some of you guys might be healers. At the very least, intrigued by working on stuff like that. I see Blessing said that she's going between 3 different lives. My goodness, I don't know how she does it. I'm so appreciative of you guys, because like you guys could literally like be at any of the other readings and you guys stay here, or at least come through and bounce around. Like I love that. I appreciate that so much, because I do the same thing. Like there's times where like, you know, Aya goes on, and then my girl Allie, and then Tia. Fuck, they're all on at the same time, so I just go back and forth. Or I like put on different devices so that way, you know, I'm supporting all. And I'm pretty good at being able to like tune out stuff and listen and listen and listen. Pretty good at multitasking for the most part. Not bad for somebody with ADHD. All right, what we got here on the bottom? We have Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. So that sense of reciprocity, right? Equal give and take. You know, your heart is like they want you to make sure it's open to receive. Yep, that's what I be doing too, girl. I'm like, I gotta make sure I support my peoples when I can. You know, we have a guardian angel here. You are not alone. With that feather, middle of the deck, mountain, stand your ground. It's kind of giving like there will be different types of obstacles that will come your way, but at the same time they want you guys to be able to you know, make sure you face the challenges head on. Let's go for it. You have the strength through yourself and with their support as well. And no, I have not found it. I have a feeling it's under the couch, and I think it's like so far under the couch that I can't find it. So I'll have to, because it's a sectional and the room is really small, I'll have to dismantle the sectional and like move everything to find it. That's what I'm feeling, honestly. I feel like my cat might have like knocked it under, like all the way. Because I miss that deck. It's such a good one. I still haven't found it though. I'm like, god damn. Man. Alright, so let's get like, let's get like maybe 3 from here. Alright, another sun card. Enjoy success and happiness. They just want you to be happy. They just want you to be happy. They don't want you guys suffering anymore. Just be in a good place, right? Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus. It's kind of giving me like a little bit of Queen of Wands energy. Somebody who's very, very, very focused. And discerning. They they plan. So they want you to do that. Shaman. Trust in higher forces. Yes, trust in the divine, right? As they guide you. Hey, two things to be true at the same time. Blessings. Just saying. Don't know. I really don't. Like, because I put all my stuff in the same place. So it's like, I'm like, but sometimes, like, if I read, like, I'll put the cards, like, on the side of me, like, on the floor, like, in the box or whatever. So I'm thinking, like, she probably, like, was playing with it or something and, like, knocked it on her. But like, she won't, like, actually, like, bite the cards, but she likes to, like, use her paws to, like, move things around. And she's all, I find things all the time that I've been looking for. I'm like, I was looking for that earring. I mean, that's something small, but she's something. I don't know. I have to find it though. I should probably use like my dowsing rods. I did say that I was gonna do that before. Maybe I'll do that after this. I haven't used those in forever. Hey Kenneth, how are you? Thank you for the prayers, love and light. Same to you. Appreciate it. All right, so I split the deck, guys. We have Druid here. Hold the space. Yeah. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's get two more from here. I'm happy I was able to get through this reading, guys, because I was a little bit nervous. I was like, oh my god. Like, I was like getting ready to cry earlier, and I'm like, there's not even to cry about right now. There's nothing happening. Like, just get through the fucking reading. You can do this. You can get through it. And I'm getting through it. Thank you to you guys for being so patient with me. I know like my energy was a little bit off earlier, but you guys have been so supportive, and I greatly appreciate you guys. All right, so we've got two cards here. All right, we have the Guardian Angel card again, and it's saying you are not alone, along with the Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. I did mention earlier that you guys might have like a lot of gifts and talents that you haven't really been, honing in on enough, and you're being called to work on them a little bit more. We have Drum here on the bottom of the deck. It says Dream and Journey. Ooh, along with Elder, move past or beyond. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Doing things a little bit different. Maybe people from your lineage, they had gifts and talents that they didn't utilize fully. I just picked up on that. Maybe they didn't utilize their gifts and talents the way that they felt they should have, and now that you're being called to be like they're passing the torch on. Is what I'm getting, like, to be able to be that person to do it, only if you want to, of course. Because we do have Druid here again, hold the space, right? It's about if you want to do it. It's kind of giving like they're not trying to force you or push this onto you, but they are helping you if you feel guided to do it. They want you to pursue it. I did hear music. There could be some musicians and or just artists in general that, and we just see something about writing earlier, way early in the reading. Where you guys might resonate with the idea of being writers and just, wanting to, utilize that gift and that talent, but just maybe being a little bit afraid of doing that, which I get. It is, quite a task to be able to take your gifts and your talents and your creativity and put it out there. Especially when you're trying to, essentially, I don't know. I heard writer's block, and I think that's why I'm getting like stuck on my words a little bit. Like I'm getting like writer's block. My son's a musician, so he goes through that a lot. Like, there's times where he's up for days at a time. I'm like, Michael, please go to sleep. Go to sleep. Please go to sleep. And he's so stuck, and he's like, no, mom, I have to get this guitar, like, I gotta do it, it has to sound this way. I'm like, Mike. Or he's like, I have to get the perfect line in this song, like, I have to do it, and I'm like, Michael, like, you need to sleep. And if you sleep, you can revisit this. He's like, no, but mom, I'm like locked in right now. He's also ADHD along with autism. So once he's in there, he's in there. He's an adult, so I can't really do anything about it. And I'm like, oh, this is what my dad was going through. My dad, I'm sure he's just not diagnosed. You know, my dad's in his 60s now, but like, it makes a lot of sense. My dad used to do the same thing, and like my son's dad and I will talk sometimes. I'm like, yo, is he sleeping at your house right now? Like, he's like, I make him go to sleep, but I don't think he actually sleeps. And I'm just like, oh my God, he does the same thing here too. And this is even when he was younger. And I'm just like, oh my God, this child. This is when he was younger. Like, he wouldn't sleep. He just wouldn't sleep. He always had the creative bug, and he's just like, I have to write this, I have to do this, I have to do that. And it's like, oh my God, go to sleep, honey. Just sleep. But my dad, he was like that too. Like, my mom, she tells me the stories all the time. Like, John, go to sleep. No, I have to write this. I have to lay down this guitar. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta do. And he would go in the studio, or like down in the cause like where I grew up, like there was like we had like a living room, and he like blocked off a part of the living room, and he had it like soundproofed, and he would like have the drums and all that, like all this stuff, and I'm just like, damn, it all makes sense now. It's like it skipped me and it went to my son. That little bug, you know, that creative bug. So somebody might be a creative. Somebody might be a creative. All right, let's get one more from here, Spirit. I like this card. Eagle. See from a higher perspective. See from a higher perspective. Yeah, sometimes we don't understand things when it's happening. We're like, what the fuck is this? I'm so confused. You know? Especially if you're creative. Something about the creatives. And I think that's why Spirit wanted me to pull from this deck. There are creatives that are going to watch this. And yeah, I couldn't figure him out either, but it's fine. No worries. He started off like okay, and then yeah, no, done. But yeah, we have Seer here on the bottom of the deck. It says see beyond the current situation. Yeah, see beyond the current situation. I knew that card was gonna come out. The Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. And I am getting something about healers as well. Yeah. I'm also getting like, if you're a creator, that's a healing thing for a lot of people. Art is healing. So it's healing for yourself. It's healing for the people who, you know, decide to it's a weird word, but consume it, right? When we listen to music and stuff, we're consuming that, right? When we take in another person's art form, whatever that is, you know, whether it's paintings, right? We take that energy into, so on and so forth. I did. Ooh, this is interesting. This is kind of cool. Somebody might also be like a sculptor or thinking about being a sculptor. Like, I can see somebody doing sculptures. It's really cool. Working with like clay. Even like I heard welding. Somebody might work with metals to create art. That's really cool. I have a friend who does that. So cool. Really, really cool. Yeah. Shield Maiden is here again with make plans and focus. Alright, so we're gonna get... Ugh. I always get nervous with this deck. This deck is really, really, really strong and powerful. My girl Allie gave me these from the Phoenix Priestess. So I am going to read from this. We're gonna see what Spirit has to say, or your ancestors and stuff have to say. People who might have passed on, even in the recent past, for some of you. Alright, so let's see. We have I love you. Maybe I didn't say that enough. We also see here, I support your path. Yeah, I think I get ready to sleep. I'm gonna try to go to sleep at a reasonable time. My bedtime is like 11, but I try to go to sleep a little bit earlier just in case like I have a hard time falling asleep. So, and I think I'm gonna do ramen tonight with soft-boiled egg. Some green onions, some veggies in there. Sounds good. Make my own broth. All right, what we got here? Bottom of the deck we have, I hope that you can forgive me. So somebody might, a passed on loved one might feel like they want you to forgive them about something. I'm not sure. And then with like the I love you card that showed up initially, maybe they didn't really show a lot of love. I'm getting somebody who might have been like kind of stoic or something like that. I'm sorry I didn't believe you is here on the top. Again, this is a collective message. So only take the messages as they resonate. But maybe they told you told them rather something and they didn't believe you about something. And I do hope that this isn't true for any of you, but I just did get energy of... I hate when this type of stuff comes up. There could have been something within the family that was going on or something, like molestation or something. Like, that's not gonna be for everybody. I don't want to like project or anything like that. Like, only take the message if it resonates, because that's not for everybody. But it could be the case for somebody, and they want you to know, like, hey, I'm sorry that I didn't believe you, or I didn't take your side, kind of thing. I wasn't thinking. It's here in the middle of the deck. I can say that in my own family, now granted, none of these people are passed on, but I personally went through that where I was molested by a family member. I said something and it was swept under the rug. So it could be something like that for somebody. Again, only take the messages as they resonate. It's not for everybody. These last messages in particular are not going to be for everybody. Alright, so let's get like 3 messages from here. 3 to 4. But somebody feels guilt. Or, you know, obviously when you pass on, you don't actually feel guilt anymore. But they could, in retrospect, they can look at things and say, oh wow, okay, I could have done this differently. It's okay. It happened when I was like 12, so it's been a long time. We're talking about a very, very, very long time at this point. Going on 30 years. Burritos. And those sodas look good. And that taco on the plate too. I haven't had tacos in a while. I think I should make myself some shrimp tacos. Like shrimp street tacos. Ooh, that sounds good, don't it? Every next week. But yeah. I'm happy I'm able to talk about it now. Because when it happened all those years ago, like, and everybody was like, oh no, that's not actually what happened. It's gonna act like it didn't happen at all. And it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. I looked at everybody different after that. My cousin, I looked at my cousin different. I looked at my aunt different. I looked at my mom different. I looked at everybody different after that. Thankfully, I've moved past it. What we got here? But yeah, it was rough. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why. You know, sometimes people don't know why they do the things that they do. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's worried about the opinions of other people. So if this story is resonating with you as well, it could be something like that. My ear started to tingle when I said that. It feels like almost warm. It feels weird. Like on the inside, it's going like tingling, and then the outside here, right here, it's warm. Hey Cairo, how are you? Hey Tommy, how you doing? There's a lot going on here. But somebody says they're proud of you. Maybe they're proud of you for speaking up, despite everything. I watch you with your family is here. So some of you might have kids of your own. You may watch. I realize how much I hurt you. Something about a decision or something they overlooked. It might not be as deep as the stuff I just mentioned, but either way, it's like it's one of those things. Like there could be just have been something where like they overlooked it and they just weren't, being as cognizant about it as they could have been and should have been, and they're realizing now that this impacted you, especially growing up. I'm okay, Tommy. Thank you for asking. I'm hanging in there. We're trying to at least. Ooh, that sounds so good. I appreciate you, Cairo. You're so sweet. Definitely appreciate you. Appreciate all of you guys, actually. Even, I know you guys are like coming in and out throughout, and I'm just so grateful that you guys have been, you know, sorry, hearing something. I heard stable. That's not that has nothing to do with me. I'm touching this card, like just moving it, and then as I touched the card, I heard the word stable. Maybe an ancestor, why I say it like that. An ancestor wanted to provide you with more stability and they didn't, and they felt really bad about it. Again, something like that. As I was trying to say something completely different, so I apologize. What I was trying to say is like, I just, appreciate you guys for being present and, coming through. I know you guys have other things that you're, tending to all at the same time, but you guys are still here, and I appreciate you guys so much for what you do. Big time. You will never know how appreciative I am. We have, do you still feel my presence? I heard, bad blood. I'm not sure if there was somebody who like passed on who guys weren't on the best of terms when they passed, and maybe they feel like you don't want them around. Wow, look, shit. I guess I'm looking over here. I didn't even see this. I promise you I did not see this card on the bottom here. Do you still feel my presence? And what I was picking up on is there could have been like bad blood. Like I literally was picking up on like there was something that happened or something that put them in a place where they're like, I don't know if they want me around. Like they're in a different place than you are, right? They're in a very different space. So it's like, you know, they're past all this 3D bullshit, right? But when we're here, we still feel, you know, things like anger and resentment and stuff like that. We're still asking questions like, why would you do this? Why would you do that? And now they're realizing, wow, some of my actions when I was there had a very negative impact on my loved one. And they're still struggling with that or dealing with that. Because look, we have here, do you want me around? So they might try to show themselves in different ways. Not sure what those ways are. It's going to be different for different people. But one thing I'm picking up on for someone, I'm getting physical touch for some, especially like on your face. I'm getting also like by your feet. So if you've been like, when you go to sleep and stuff, do you feel anything like by your feet and ankles? Let me know if that resonates. I'm also getting like here, like on like the jawline or the cheek. I'm getting the hair, like, or the scalp, I should say, like in your scalp. Like maybe like when you were little, they might have used to like rub your head, or like right here on your forehead here. This is things I'm picking up on. They might also show up in the form of scents. Hi, Rennie Ren. What's up, Mama? Hi. They might also show up in the form of, like I said, scents, like smells. Like you might smell like this person's fragrance, like their lotion or their cologne or their perfume. Get something like that. But they might feel like you don't want them around. Like if you're angry with them still or something like that. Let me know if that resonates for anyone. You also have please forgive yourself here. I'm getting something along the lines of like maybe, let's say if when they passed, this is a narrative that I'm picking up on. Maybe you wanted to go see them and you didn't, or maybe this person tried to make amends with you and you were like pushing them away, and then they passed on, and then maybe you felt guilt about it. I'm getting something like that. Let me know if that makes any sense for any of you. Middle of the deck. I'm sorry I left while you were young. For some of you, not all, but for some of you, could have happened when you were a little bit younger. That seems a little more specific, but yeah, teenage years is why I just picked up on that mostly for somebody. Again, not for everyone. Interesting. One more from here, Spirit, because I do need to eat before I go to sleep. I'm so grateful for you guys for being here. I've been on for almost 2 hours. I was like, I don't think we'll make it. I really didn't think, like when I got like to like 20 minutes in, I was like, oh my god, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this, but I did it. A lot of different emotions going on within myself, I ain't gonna lie, but I am so grateful for you guys for being patient with me as a reader, as I navigate this mourning process on my end. So maybe that's why Spirit was like, we're gonna read from this deck, and I'm like, oh, do we have to? They're like, yes. We're gonna make you do it. I'm like, okay, great, this is what we're doing tonight, right? They're like, yep, we're gonna do it. So we have, I am going through my life in review, and I literally said that, like, looking at, like, the thing is, like, when, from what I understand, when people pass on, there's not necessarily regrets per se, but they do look at everything that's taken place and they're able to reevaluate it and say, whoa, I could have done this, this, and that different. They have a different perspective now because they're not here. They're not in the 3D, right? So their perception of everything is way different than it was when they were physically here. And with that said, they look at it all different. Ren, what the hell did you just knock down? What was that? What are you doing? Oh, she knocked over an Amazon package that my brother put there. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like the I don't know. She likes boxes, so like I guess maybe she thought she could like hang out on the box, and then it fell over. Like Ren, if you don't get yourself together, girl. We have I support your path, and that showed up before. It was on the bottom of the deck before you even read any cards. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. And happiness is not a betrayal of me. They want you to be happy. They want you to be happy. Like life is life, right? And they're realizing now, like now that they're in a different realm, so to speak. Like wow, I just want my loved ones to be in a more positive space. And if I contributed in a way that wasn't the most positive during their process of getting there, I want them to understand that I want them to be in a better place. That's what I'm getting right now. So, with all that said, my loves, thank you guys for being so patient with me tonight because, like I said, I know I have not been my normal, like, bubbly self tonight. And I'm about to probably cry a little bit. Sorry. But, thank you. And, I definitely felt two people tonight for myself. And it was my Nana and my Auntie Paulette. Who just passed away. And I feel like if she passed away because she was sick or something, like if it were expected, it would be so different. But it was so like unexpected. So it's a process. So I will say this as a closing message. Let's honor sorry. Let's honor those that we have in our lives while we have them here. Because life is short. We don't know what's going to happen. Like my aunt, she got hit by a car while she was walking. She was like taking her little stroll and she got hit by a car. So it was a hit and run. They found the person, thank God. But it was a hit and run. So she was only 58. So let's just honor. I'm sorry. Let's honor those that we have in our lives while we have them here. And do the best with our lives that we can do while we're here. No, I'm really sorry for putting that onto you guys. I honestly don't know how I got through this reading, to be honest. Alright, guys, I have to go. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Bye.